What time is it? I don't hear nothing. It's time for a mukbang. Anyway, so, yeah. I've been gone for a minute. Actually, a little bit more than a minute. Oh, this hair. I'm doing the same old business. Messing with my hair. Hi, Roxy. Hi, Roxy. My life has gone to the dogs. We got old Tippy Boy down there. And Googie, too. Anyway, enough with dogs. Enough with dogs. Okay. So this is what we're banging on today. And you see, I actually did a chomp already. But anyway, these are little Hawaiian buns. And I got some Chex Mix. I don't know what this is, like a little piece of toast. Anyway, it's Chex Mix. Yeah, and I got ham and cheese Hawaiian bun sandwiches. And you know it. Diet Mountain Dew. Sponsor me, Pepsi. Anyway, so yeah. So what y'all been doing? I've been busy. I broke my foot. My toe. It hurts really bad. I got to a big hurry. Let's try to figure this out. Oh, plus I got a new phone. This new phone situation. I don't even know if I like this phone. It's a Stylus 6. Anyway, I broke my foot. Getting into a big hurry to take the dogs out. Trying to find something to prop my food up with so you can see my food. Because you guys tune into these mukbangs to look at food, don't you? Or just fat, obese people eating. In my case, fat, old, obese people eating. Are gonna go do good if this thing don't rock. But anyhow, yeah. I'm kind of off the keto thing. I know, excuses, because I've been really stressed out. And so, I'm down, I eat 2 meals a day, though. But I'm not doing a keto thing, really, because you see. But I'm counting calories. And this is not going to work. Maybe this will work. Oh, this might work better. Hopefully. Hopefully. I really don't know how much I weigh. Probably about 10 pounds more than last time that I told you. I don't know, though. I didn't put any sauces on my sandwich. No mayonnaise, no mustard, no nothing. Oh, this little pretzel. This Chex Mix is pretty good, actually. Tippy's not begging this time. I got this one. Miss Roxy. Miss Pris got a new collar. That's my young son's dog. I guess she's my dog now. Anyway, so what'd you guys do for Easter? I did not cook for Easter. I don't know. This Easter was just so... Oh, this is Diet Mountain Dew. So now they're going to bark. Because there's somebody walking down the street. Stinky the pit bull, he's outside. What do you think going on, Goo-Goo? That guy there's more dangerous than the pit bulls. Anyway, so yeah. It's just been 2021's not been good to me. Not fun at all. But back to Easter. Yesterday we had an Easter egg hunt at the park. 3 families were involved in my family. They hid Easter eggs, and kids ran around, got Easter eggs. And you know, Dudebug, she gathered the most Easter eggs. And the one little boy, he seemed very upset because she found more Easter eggs than him. But I told her share. These were just plastic Easter eggs. The little boy's dad, he fills the Easter eggs up with a little piece of candy or something, you know. Some kind of like a little toy. And I was teasing the little boy. I said, because they have chickens, I said, did your chickens make the Easter eggs? And he goes, no, my daddy did. I'm like, oh, the Easter bunny didn't bring them? He said, no, my daddy did. I'm like, dang. Kids are sure different these days. Well, when I was growing up, we had Santa Claus. We had the Easter Bunny. We had the Tooth Fairy. And if you watched Peanuts, you know, Charlie Brown special, we had the Great Pumpkin at Halloween. My kids nowadays, they don't have nothing. No, it's fun to be a little naive kid back in the day, I guess. It was funny though, when I lost a tooth, because my grandparents raised me. When I lose a tooth, they'd always tell me, give me that lost tooth. The tooth you lost, and we'll put it under your pillow or somewhere. Which it probably just ended up in the trash, which it probably did. And my grandparents would say, did you see what went by the window? I'm like, no, no. And I'd be running around looking through all the windows. And I said, did you see him? I'm like, no, what did I see? I'm going to say, the Tooth Fairy. And my little kid imagination was going, oh my gosh, I wonder what the Tooth Fairy looks like. We had Disney back then too, with Tinkerbell. On Sunday nights, the Disney movies were on. So, to me, the Tooth Fairy looked like Tinkerbell. So I was running around looking for Tinkerbell, I guess. I don't know if I ever really believed in Santa Claus or not, because I knew my grandparents bought the presents. How I knew that is because, okay, we lived on a ranch really far away from everybody. And it was a big deal to go to the store. And we go travel south to go to this one store called Buckeye Mart. Yes, it was in Ohio. And Buckeye Mart was like equivalent to a Target Walmart nowadays. When I was little, my grandma and grandpa would say, what do you like? We'd go through the toy aisle. What do you like? I'd say, oh, I like this one. I like that one. I like this one. You know. And then we go through the clothes aisle. I like this one. I like that one. And then my grandfather would have my mom, my grandma, some money. And he'd tell me, hey, you want to go get some caramel popcorn? Because as soon as you walked into the store, you could smell caramel popcorn and popcorn, because they had that up in the front. He'd say, let's go get some caramel popcorn and go sit in the car and wait for Grandma, because I don't like shopping. That's what he'd tell me. And I'd be, oh yeah, I loved caramel popcorn, still do. So he would get a bag of that and a bag of, I don't know what you call cream drops. They were like this white frosting stuff, and then they had chocolate on them. And he'd get a bag of jelly beans and the caramel corn. And we go out into the car and have a feast. And by the time my grandma got back, half all the stuff was eaten. They didn't give really big bags of this candy or popcorn. They're like just, smaller. Anyway, we'd go out to the car and munch on that stuff. Or my grandfather would get tired of waiting for my grandma. He'd say, let's go in the store and get a Mountain Dew. This is where I got my Mountain Dew addiction. So we'd go into the store, and they had cans. It was called, back in the day, it was called hillbilly juice. Yeah. So we'd get a can of hillbilly juice. And all it was Mountain Dew. It had this cute little hillbilly guy kicking back with he's on his back, and he's got his knee up with his other foot propped onto his knee. And I would say, Yahoo! Mountain Dew. And then they have little words that says hillbilly juice on it. So we'd get a can of that. He'd get us each a can of that. Get my grandma a can of Coke. She liked Coke. And we go out, sit in the car. And then if my grandma wasn't back in time, I'd be like, oh my God, I gotta go pee. So my grandfather would be like, so he'd walk me into the store where the restrooms are and stand by the ladies' bathroom and wait for me. And then we'd bust my grandma at the cash register. She'd be paying for the stuff, and I'd see toys in the cart. Oh my God, there's toys. I'd see all these toys. And things that I thought I picked out. And my grandfather would go, come on, we gotta get to the car. All of a sudden his attitude changed. He was very upset. So he'd whisk me back out to the car. Well, we'd wait for my grandma. I bit my tongue. That hurt. Anyway, so we get in the car. We had a station wagon. I mean, you could see the back of my grandfather when my grandma pulled up with the shopping cart. He'd jump out, open the station wagon, the back, and hurry up and start putting the bags in. My grandma would be standing there talking to him. I was a little kid looking over the back seat, seeing a couple Barbie dolls, and, and I'm like, oh my God. I wonder if I get that today. That's what I was thinking, because I knew it just had to be mine. But they did a really good job of hiding everything. But I wasn't a snoopy kid because I get my ass busted. Back in the day, you get your ass busted. You get into stuff, you're in trouble. So I didn't get into stuff. I just kind of waited for Christmas. And I went and put the presents under the tree until after I went to bed on Christmas Eve. So I would get up in the morning on Christmas morning. There'd be all these presents. But we had a big family back then. And I'd be looking at the presents. Oh my gosh, which one's mine? But we weren't allowed to open any presents until after we had Christmas dinner, when the guests would come, which my mother would come, her husband, my two brothers. My little sister wasn't born yet. And then a few straggle people that my grandfather invited to come over, because they'd have Christmas dinner. Then they'd go out to his garage and he would start a fire on the stove. He had like a wood burning stove out there. He'd start a fire and they'd watch football games or something and drink beer and piss my grandma off. Yep. And my grandma's brother would come. He would never come for nothing to eat. He came for the beer. So my grandfather and 4 of his friends from work, and my grandma's brother would go out there to the shed, and we'd drinking beer. My mom's husband, he didn't partake in such nonsense. Instead, he would just sit around with his big grumpy looking face. He was such a mean man. Crazy. But things you think about when holidays pop up. This is Easter. I'm thinking about Christmas. Let's see, how was the holiday on Easter? Well, Easter, I got to color Easter eggs. That was so much fun. And we had a white porcelain kitchen sink at our farmhouse where I grew up. And the Easter egg dye would make the sink all different colors. But it's okay. My grandma used to pour like a little bit of bleach in the sink and fill it up with water. Let it sit for a couple hours. The dye would be all gone. Anyway, so I got to color Easter eggs, and that was another reason my grandfather and his friends and my grandma's brother would go drink. My grandma would cook a really nice dinner. She'd bake ham and deviled eggs for my Easter eggs. And let's see, what else would she cook? She would cook mashed potatoes, some kind of vegetable. It's really hard. Every year was like a different vegetable, whatever she had. So we'd have ham, mashed potatoes, gravy, vegetable, coleslaw. And she'd have pies. Oh my God. We'd have coconut pie. We'd have chocolate pie. And then we had abundance of Easter candy. Because you know, the Easter Bunny had to bring me an Easter basket. Mine was a store-bought Easter basket that had the cellophane on it, and I can remember getting in trouble because it had the Easter grass. My grandma would get pissed at me because I'd get this Easter grass all over the floor, digging through my basket for candy. She got upset. But I bought other candy besides my Easter basket full of candy. I'd buy like a bag of this, a bag of that, and had this big bowl of jelly beans and I don't even know what else, but chocolate candies. Yeah. I didn't like the candy in the Easter basket that I got. I wanted the candy that was on the table in the bowls because there was like chocolates and I don't know, better candy than the Easter basket candy. So anyway, Easter was a good day for eating. A lot of good food. And my grandma getting mad. My grandfather's name was Orland, like Nikki Avocado's boyfriend Orland. And I can remember when my grandfather would come in the house, she'd say, Orland, you better not be giving Ronald, which Ronald was her brother, beer. He has to drive home. And my grandfather just looked at her and smile. He didn't get drunk. My grandfather didn't get drunk. Or at least I didn't think he was drunk because I was a little kid, but he wasn't like, I can't remember him getting stupid. You know what I mean? Drunk people get stupid. He didn't get stupid. He just like kept his composure and just avoided my grandma till bedtime. I always use the excuse of watching sports. And back in the day, you only had a little black and white TV. I don't even know how many channels. And an antenna that you'd put aluminum foil on to get the channels in. So I don't know what sports he's watching. Maybe he... Whoops, I almost dropped the phone. Maybe he was watching Bonanza. Do you guys remember an old cowboy show named Bonanza? That's supposedly done in Carson City, not too far from where I live. I live in Reno. But anyway, not to bore you anymore with my boring commentary, and I'm almost done eating. I don't think that you want to watch me eat my last bite of food because I'm just going to shove it in my mouth. Anyway, I will see you next mukbang if you choose to come back. Like, subscribe, share. Welcome new subscribers. Hugs old subscribers. Hugs new subscribers. And I will see you next time.